Okay, I will now try to build my Azorius party deck. I will cut some cards I don't want to play, especially cards not in my colors. So that's it for such cards, but still, I think I don't want to play the Liberates, the second copy as well. So I have some. I think I will cut this Riptide, but let's just count some kicker spells, but it's probably not worth it anyway. So that's 1, 3. This ancient is cuttable as well. 5. 6. You can kick it even if opponent doesn't have artifacts, but you have to pay at least 1 mana. But if you can kick it even if no artifacts are on the opponent's side or on the battlefield, on both sides, you can count it as a card with kicker because it's not conditional. So 6, I think. If my deck was packed with kicker cards, significantly above the average, I think you can. I could consider this Riptide. I don't like this card, so I could cut it anyway, but still, this could be a card to consider, and with 6 I think I can just safely cut it and be over with it. So 4 wizards right now, so these 2 were not in my colors, so we can be over this chilling trap consideration as well. And I think I'll cut Anti-Cognition. And I have 2 Bubble Snares, Tactics, and Nahiri's Binding. So I think I don't want to play, and this is like a better removal because it steals the creature, not only kills it. So I think I don't want Smite the Monsters, and I think I don't want Anti-Cognition in this deck. So I think I can play 1 copy of Practice Tactics, and let's count spell lands, especially spell lands that I prefer to count as lands, not spells. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it's a backup wizard, but still prefer to count it as a land. So I think maybe 14 basic lands and 4 spell lands is a good number. this deck is pretty cheap, so maybe I could get away with 13 basic lands, still 17 lands total, but if I have 18 I could just count on casting one of these spells. But let's see, 10 instant sorceries total, so this vision is actually could actually overperform in my deck. Still, I prefer to count it as a land, but if I didn't have enough instant or sorceries, I could just cut this card, because why play a top land if you don't want to risk casting the backside? It's just better to have an untapped land, and now the cost of having a top land isn't big if I just if I have the flexibility and the other option of drawing something for 3 mana, and I would draw most of the time, I think, with this distribution of spells. I still have room to cut something, I suppose. Six cards are a lot, so I can play 8 total, not or maybe 9. I can cut at least one instant or sorcery and still be happy with this still on the vision. And I think I will cut this plunder, since I have 2 spoils now. Now we'll get into the tough part. So I have some kicker cards. This average mana cost is a little misleading. This is a mana sink, but I'm not looking to use it. Maybe I will cut this card anyway, because it doesn't seem too good in my deck, but let's just consider it for now. So this is probably counted as a 3 mana card in this average, if I'm correct. But this could be actually cheaper, should be cheaper in my deck than this 6 mana it shows, and it's a little difficult because I have some mana sinks, but still have some cards that should be cheaper than it shows, but Allow Mage's Domination is more expensive, and I have some kicker cards that I want to cast with this kicker cost, so also they are shown cheaper than they actually are most of the time. And for wizards, 2 warriors, 5 rogues, and 3 clerics, and 2 pack beasts that are all of these types. So yeah, 16 total is 16 creatures with party creature types and only one fledgling I don't see myself cutting, so I just have to cut some cards with party types, and this is the important payoff, I think. Maybe I can, I don't know, cut this one, but I think I will need it, and this should be good in my deck, since almost all my creatures have party types. This isn't the card that fits my deck, so I'm only keeping it because it's a warrior, so that doesn't make sense, I think. Let's just cut it, and maybe I need one bigger ground creature, and it should come quite early in my deck, so I think this Colossus probably should stay. I can consider cutting one land and have total 17 with all the spell lands. I think I can do it, so probably will. And I think maybe this healer is the weakest link. If I have to cut something, probably a creature, and this is pretty underwhelming. I think if it's not bad, and it will have lifelink some of the time because it's supported by two other clerics, this and this angel, and two pack beasts that are also clerics, so it's got some support, but I think I have better 2-drops. 1, 2 and 4 if we're talking about creature 2-drops, and still have a lot to do in the second turn with even countering something from time to time, or maybe not a lot to do because keeping mana for disruption or shelter and not playing them as lands is probably weird. It won't come up that often. But I think it's still the weakest link. I don't know what else could I cut for this. So from this deck, maybe a 1-mana creature, but I think I want to support this domination to some degree. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it won't be that great in my deck, but maybe this deck will be good at delaying the game, and then stealing a creature is quite nice. So why not support it if these creatures are still quite nice on their own and support my party. theme. Rogues are the most popular creature type, so I think, and they don't cooperate with each other like rogues in Dimir decks do. So maybe I could cut one rogue and still count on having enough rogues to make my party spells cheaper and practice tactics more effective. That could make sense, but the worst rogues are these 1 mana drops, and they are the only cards supporting this domination, so I don't know. I think probably cutting the healers is the way to go here. And land, I think. So if we're talking about spell lands, I have 1 white and 3 blue. I'm counting them as lands. I have triple blue here, double white here, and some double costs in kickers. Cleric for white, but 2 double snares, 2 into the royal, so I have a lot more reasons to play more blue mana sources, but I think 7 white along with this Sajiri Glacier and 10 blue is probably a good proportion. So I think that's it. Let's just try out this version and see how it performs, if anything should be changed after all, or this is the mana curve is pretty nice. I think it looks quite good, so I think I will be happy to try it this way. And it has some flyers, so the game plan of finishing with flyers and 1 bigger ground creature is also pretty nice. So let's just check how will we be doing with this deck. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, so we will see the games of this draft. See you then.